Hello and welcome to this edition of 5 of 30. This is Lesson Jigsaw. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be talking about topics and what to speak about in English. And it's a lot of times, so many times, people come and say, I really don't know what to talk about. And I guess one of the best things to do is get some time where you can just write down some topics or things that you're interested in, and spend a day or a couple of days or a weekend and just make a list of topics. So for example, maybe you like to talk about travel, things like that. Well, that's just a general interest you have. Maybe you like cars, motor vehicles, that sort of thing. Maybe you like weather. Maybe you're really interested in learning about the clouds, different sort of meteorological situations and things like that. So maybe not just general sort of weather chit chat, but actual getting into the topics about weather. Maybe you like food and talking about food. Maybe you're a foodie, something like that. I guess what other sort of topics could you have? I guess sports is a classic one. Maybe you're into sports. Maybe you're into current affairs. Current affairs are basically things that are happening at the moment, topics that you will see in the world, and that sort of thing. Maybe you like politics. Maybe you like gossip, talking about what's happening with people around you, and that sort of thing. These are just a quick list off the top of my head. And what I suggest you do with these is, let's say we've got the topic of food, yeah? So we'll make that sort of the central thing. So when you've got the topic of food, you can talk about different elements. So I guess an obvious one might be to talk about the ingredients of food or with food. And with that, I guess you have things like you could talk about veggies, you've got fruit, you've got, I guess, meat, things like grains, and so on. And then I guess when you talk about things like meat, so then you can of course go on, you could talk about lamb, you could talk about chicken, you could talk about beef, and so on. I think you can see what I'm doing here. Maybe other general topics, you could talk about recipes, maybe things that you like to cook. And that, of course, would relate to the ingredients as well. Maybe you like to talk about particular locations. And I guess maybe you want to talk about the cuisines that you've had in different locations. Maybe you could talk about places like, Europe, Asia, whatever, different types of areas, the Americas. So I'll fit that in. And so on. And then maybe if you're talking about the Americas, maybe you talk about, ceviche or whatever, different types of things. And then you make this either like a list or like I've done here, sort of like a mind map type of thing. And then you can just do a few of these. And then when you go, okay, so what do I talk about? Then you already have a list of ideas and topics to go to. And then you find a friend, family member, someone else who's learning English, and you go and practice with them about one of those topics. That can be sort of at the front of your mind. And then you can also go, okay, I'm not really sure about what sort of words I can include, but when you start speaking, then you will start to get an idea of, I don't know how to say this, or I don't know the word for this, or maybe there's a better expression I could use. Then you can go and research those topics, maybe write it in your native language, look for the translation, and then come back and try it again. If you've got no one to practice with, you're not really sure about, or there's just no one around who you're comfortable speaking English with, get your phone out, get your smartphone out. Normally on most smartphones, they have a voice recorder function, and use the voice recorder, speak into the voice recorder. The most important thing is that you're speaking out loud and you're actually, dictating something. Okay, so let's leave it there for this edition of 5 of 30. Catch you the next time. Take care.